All right, we're just going back to that, the geometric, and let's write this down. So 1 over 1 minus u is 1 plus u squared plus yada, 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 with the understanding the absolute value of u is less than 1. So could I write this, to mirror that? Yeah, so it's going to be 1 minus, and it's going to be minus x4 there. You got to pop it in. What do you get? 1 minus x4. Let's see, plus x8. This is deja vu all over again, isn't it? Minus x. And they're going up by 4, 12. And I'm going to say it's a really simplistic pattern at that point. Very simplistic. Then the question is, what are you going to do? Looking at what they want, and I'm wondering what to do about it. What I'm going to do over here, I'm going to think maybe differentiation might work. And what I mean by that is, the left-hand side, let's write this down as, 1 plus x to the 4th to the minus 1 is equal to 1 minus x4 plus x8 minus x12. You get the idea, it goes on forever. So let's do the differentiation. What do you get? You get minus 1 times 1 plus x to the 4th power, that's minus 2, times what? The derivative of the inside, which is 4x cubed. I'll simplify that later. We're going to now differentiate the right-hand side. What are you going to get? Well, you get minus 4x cubed plus 8x7 minus 12x11 plus, well, I hope the pattern's kind of obvious at this point, but if not, we'll talk about it. So what do you get over here? Let's take a look at it. You get minus 4x cubed over 1 plus x4 squared. Well, you know what? I'm close, but I don't want that minus sign there. But I got the 4x cubed. I got the 1 plus x4 quantity squared. I get divide both sides by minus 1. I'll get my eraser out. I'll erase this, and I get to divide the other side by minus 1 now. And what do you get there? Well, you can get 4x cubed plus, not plus, it's minus. I'm dividing by minus 1, by the way. So minus 8x7. Let's see, plus 12x11 minus yada, yada, yada. I think I'm ready to write a sum down now. And I'll put that down for you. Let's take a look. And certainly looking at it, if you look at the bottom, they're going up by 4. 4, 8, 12. And it also alternates. I'll put this over here, minus 1 to some power. I do see an x. And I see that thing in the front, like those powers. All right, let's start somewhere. I'm going to start at, let's start at 0. Off to infinity. So I'm going to say n here. And why is that? I see it alternating, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Let's do the x now. And I'm going to say it has something to do with 4. So 4n plus 3. Before I say it's right, I want to make sure you understand what I'm doing over here. If I plug in 0, I get 3. That's good. I'm talking about the power, by the way. Plug in 1, I get 7. If I plugged in 2, I get 11. That looks pretty good. Now let's look at the coefficient. The coefficient still has something to do with 4n. All right? So, let's write that down. And we'll clean it up in a moment, by the way. I'm going to say 4n plus 4. Let me stop for a moment and see if that's true. If I took 0 there, so I'd get 4. If I put 1 there, I'd get 8. 2 there, I'd get 12. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let me clean it up a little bit. I'm going to factor a 4 out. I'm going to put n plus 1. I'm going to put minus 1 to the n. And x to the 4n plus 3. This is one of the main reasons I don't like web assigns. Sometimes they'll look at this and say, I don't like the way you wrote it down. And a teacher has to look at that. I'm kind of looking at that, and I'm wondering how we're doing over here. Now, I noticed that they moved it up in the key. They didn't start at 0. They started at 1. All right, they started at 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it, and I want to look at this thing, and I want to start at 1 instead then. Now if you start at 1, I still got 4. I still have this. If I'm starting at 1, this would just be n. And I get minus 1. Now I want that to be positive, so this is going to be n plus 1 now. And then what do we got over here? Again, remember, we're trying to generate some terms over here. And the first one has to be a 3, right? So what do I write down? It's got to be a 3, and I'm starting at 1. So let's see. It's got to be 4n minus 1 then. Let me just make sure I said that right. If it's 1, I'd get 4 minus 1 is 3. Yeah, it works out beautifully. So this is also a good answer over here. I'm not saying one's better than the other. Don't get me wrong. But as a teacher, I have to be prepared to see other answers. And if someone starts at 0, starts at 1, who knows? Let's take a look at it now. Do we get it? Let's see. I'm seeing this. I am seeing this. I'm seeing the 4n right there. And I'm seeing the x to the 4n minus 1. And again, we know this is coming from the geometric, so we're still thinking the same thing, that the x is between 1 and minus 1. And we're good to go. Thank you.